God morgon och välkomna tillbaks till ännu ett avsnitt med Detective Pikachu. Idag så kan det finnas en viss möjlighet att det blir lite kortare än 30 minuter, men vi får se vart vi typ stannar just för tillfället. Nu ska vi se här vad vi var sist. Jag har faktiskt ingen aning om. Kolla runt. Hoot. Nej, där har jag kollat. Let's wait for Hero's decision for now. About the fake Q-shit. Just det, vi hade kommit överens med Hoot och eller vi hade stämt av med Hoot och Heroes de här, ska jag säga, scheman vad hjärnmarkamerarna ska göra, och vi upptäckte att det finns en som är mixad med typ. This Q-shit. I'm afraid the situation is much more serious than I initially expected. How so? Yanma cameras are exclusive to GNN, and only a handful of people here know about the Q-sheets. I think the culprit may be someone close by. Somebody involved in the show could be the culprit. We need to be careful. Så det kan ju finnas en viss risk att vi går runt och frågar själva misstänkta personen.
Right.
Eller förövaren, eller man ska säga. Hey there Tim, are you alright? Yes, we're fine. Sorry you had to get caught up in all of this. I'm glad you're not hurt anyway. We still haven't figured out the cause of the accident yet. Regardless of the cause, we've got to take this accident very seriously. Still, I'm glad that nobody was hurt.
Yes.
This is the biggest scandal in the history of GNN. How exactly do you plan to take responsibility for this, Roger? Mr. President, please calm down, Mr. Graham. Now he shows his true colors. Yeah. I don't even want to think about the accident. Who knows how much money we'll have to pay and all for a silly violin. Oi. But sir, the responsibility for the damage suffered by Miss Mitchell lies with us. That has nothing to do with me. It's all because the staff here are incompetent. I told you to get rid of any useless staff members, but you had to take your time with it. Oj. Okej, han var ju verkligen helt som natt och dag. I don't mean to argue, Mr. President, but we have no place for employees that would cause harm to the station. Mr. Graham seems like a completely different person now. Ja. Intressant.
What's up?
What's up? Vi vill snacka med Hero helt enkelt och förklarar läget för de här Q-sheets. Jag tror nog att han kan hjälpa oss. Do you have a moment, Hero? There's something we'd like you to look at regarding the accident that just happened. What's that? This isn't what I gave the crew. I suspect as much. Someone must have tampered with it after I already handed it out to the staff. Thanks for letting me know about this, Tim. Ja. Ska jag bara gå runt och snacka med folk? Eller vi kollar med Gärna, kanske? Ja.
Okay.
I'm so relieved nobody was hurt. Ja. Jag vet inte vem vi ska snacka med.
Nothing to worry about, Tim. I'll still continue my work as a detective, even if I do become a star.
Jag har ju liksom ingen och fråga några nya frågor till. Det är det som är problemet.
What's up?
Jag vill bara gå runt och kolla vad folk undrar om. Det är någon av de här han här kan nästan komma vidare med. The Q-chip was fake. It's not like I carried it around with me the whole time. Someone must have tampered with it when I wasn't looking. Det är han som hade den ena och sen så var det han här som hade den andra.
What's up?
Jag får snacka med skådisen också och se om det är någon annan som har någonting mer att säga. Karina, please listen calmly. Tim, what's going on? We found out that accident earlier was actually deliberately caused by someone. What? But how?
Yes.
Is what you said true? Please tell me everything. Of course. Someone had given fake instructions to the gärna. Is that what caused the accident? That's right. But who would do such a thing, and why? It's possible that the culprit had some grudge against you and destroyed the violin as payback. Could you tell us a bit more about your violin? Of course. My grandfather made it for me because before he passed away. It's the only one of its kind. A memento from my father. Even now, when I get discouraged, I remember the message he left for me on the violin. It helps me feel better. A message. There was a message on the violin. I never noticed. Oh, you couldn't have. It's written on the inside of the backplate. After all. Huh. Oh, so you can't see it from the outside? No, you can't. Actually, I think the only ones who've seen it are me and Cricketune, since we used to go play in my father's workshop.
Hey, Tim! Tim!
The message on the violin, huh? Something on your mind? I helped Cricketune pick up the pieces of the violin after the accident, but I don't think I saw a message anywhere in the backplate. Could be that you just didn't notice it. If it bothers you, we could double check. Yeah. Cricketune. Can you help us find the culprit? Thanks, we could use your help. Cricketune. Apparently Cricketune was present when Karina saw the message too. Cricketune says Karina read the message to it. It said, "To my darling Karina, even when I'm no longer with you, I will always love you and your music." About the fake call sheet. Q-chip. We don't know who did this or why, but don't worry, we'll get to the bottom of things. Jag ska bara komma på vad de har satt alla de här delarna. Hold on a bit. Tim, I think Karina has more to tell us. Yeah. I
Yes.
never would have thought. Eller kom delarna in hit? Där är de, ja. Sorry. Here's Karina's violin. It really is wrecked, isn't it? Let's see, the back plate with the message should be this one, but I don't see any message written anywhere. So that means this violin is a fake. The culprit goal was to steal Karina's violin. Oh my god, come in! The culprit must have tampered with the Yanma's cue sheet so that accident would hide the fact that the violin had been swapped. That's right. He almost got away with it, too. I swear I'll catch the culprit no matter what. Kom igen. Skitkul. Okej, det är massa intriger, eller massa typ dåliga grejer helt och hållet.
Thank goodness the violins had been swapped. That means that the real one is still safe. That's the one good thing about all of this.
Hemligheter som själva förövaren själv visste som kommer göra så att den åker fast. First things first, we should go tell Karina and Cricketune about the swap of violin. They may be able to help us narrow down who the culprit could be. You're right, Pikachu. And Karina, the violin there is fake. The culprit arranged for the accident to happen so nobody would notice the theft. But then, where's the real violin? The culprit probably still has it, but please keep this a secret. We don't want the culprit to get nervous and hide it away. I never noticed my violin had been swapped with a fake, but I think the one I used for my performance was the real one. I could tell from the tone. Cricketune. Yeah, Cricketune says so too. Så det är egentligen i det här bytet den hade mitt bak med den, och det var väl egentligen mer han den nervösa killen som hade hand om en hjälmarkamera. About the swap violin tune. Oh, something felt off to you too. Cricketune. The material seemed softer than normal. I see. It must have been difficult for the culprit to get the exact same material to use.
Hey, Tim!
The testimonies we got from the two of them are shedding light on the crime. Really? Let's organize what we know. To get started, let's figure out exactly when the violin was swapped. Open up your case notes. Okej, så långt är vi med. Den byttes ju. Den byttes ju efter det sån här testrunda.
Now, let's try and figure out when the violin could have been swapped out. First, when do we know for sure that the violin was already, a fake?
When was the violin switched out? Okay. When was it fake? Alltså nu är det bara konstiga frågor. At what time do we know the violin was a fake? Okay. Let's go kolla den andra här då. Picture brought out the violin that was on a cart. It was sitting backstage during preparations for the next rehearsal. It was during Karina's performance. Den där vet vi att den definitivt var fake. Så.
True. By the time I had delivered the violin, it had already been swapped out with the fake one. Now we know when the violin was swapped out with the fake one. But we still need to figure out when was the last time the real violin was seen.
What was the last time that we know the violin was the real thing? Och här snackade vi med Karina och med Cricketune, och där var det ju med att det lät bra medans hon spelade på den. Och då hon spelade på den, it was during Karina's performance. Och det här är egentligen sista gången som Cricketune och hon själva kände att den är riktig. Eller den riktiga.
Now why do you think that?
Och varför tror jag det då? Jo. Karina's grandfather made it? No. The tones of sound during the performance was the real thing. Eller vad? The wood was softer than usual. Det är väl egentligen båda två, men mest denna här.
So, Karina was using the real violin during her performance. She and Cricketune both confirmed it to be true. And that means the culprit swapped out the violin after Karina finished her performance, but before I moved it.
Det dumma här är att båda programledarna gick ju innan de skulle ta ut den ju. Så det var faktiskt tre misstänkta. Det är 2 stycken som gick. Och sen så var det en som gick iväg med själva fiolen. Det var. Now we know when the violin was swapped. Yeah, the culprit aimed for the exact moment Karina would not be around her violin. Judging from that and the tampering with the cue sheet, the culprit must have been very familiar with the show. So the culprit is someone who works here. That's what we need to find out now.
Now we know almost the exact moment when the violin was swapped. The culprit has to be someone involved with the show. Let's find out about the alibis of everyone involved between the time Karina finished playing and I brought out the violin.
Ja. Gud, vad du inte försöker folk igen. Grejen är ju att han är större än han här. Vi kollar med helt enkelt med skådespelarna, för de var ju faktiskt inte inne i rummen. De här gick iväg lite tidigare.
What?
Oh, still doing the investigation? Go easy on playing detective, alright? Playing detective? Nobody's playing here. Max, you left the studio once the first rehearsal was done, right? Yeah, I figured I'd go over the script one more time in my dressing room while I waited. Did anyone come by during that time? Oh yeah, a staff member who came to call me. I was in the middle of something, so I couldn't open the door, but I said I'd be right out. Oh, so he didn't actually see this person.
So, let's gather information.
Okej. Jag tror jag skulle säga något mer. Jag ska snacka med chatten. Oh, you were watching TV, and you say you're the best thing on the screen, hey? You got some confidence for sure. What did you and Max do once you were done with the first rehearsal? Chat. Oh, you came back to the dressing room together. I seem to recall you saying that's what you were gonna do, yeah. What's that? You were excited because Max said he'd give you your snack early today. We weren't asking about your snack. Chat that. Someone came to call you. They knocked on the door and said something. Apparently. That must have been Amelia. Chat. Is Amelia a person or a Pokemon? Why do you ask that? Chat that. Apparently a Pokemon stopped by. 2 in addition to the person. Chat. It doesn't know who, but apparently someone rammed into the door. Chatot says it was so surprised that it accidentally yelled out. Yeah, I bet that would be surprising. What did that Pokemon do then? Chatat. It ran off making some kind of cry, according to Chatot. Okay. Hey, could you show us your cool mimicking skills again? Chat. Oh, you can. Chat that. Try different signals to see what happens, eh? Tim, give it a shot. Stand put then.
Get out of my way!
Wow, that's definitely all right. If someone yelled at me like that, I'd definitely have a heart attack, even if it was a prank. It's not doing anything. I guess that's too subtle to use as a cue. snap fingers då.
Nice to meet you.
Hey, that's the voice of Mr. Graham.
And cut!
Hero. Oh, that must be Hero. What's with the self-content look? Trying to act all cool, are you? Hey, go easy on me, I tried my best. Yeah, I wouldn't put it past Max to that. And there probably are more cues than we can imagine. Det var faktiskt ingenting som var annorlunda, för allting var från inspelningen. Så kan vi gå ut här nu då. Jag ville faktiskt hitta han som körde iväg med innan. Vi kollar vad upp här backstage så att inte det är någon som ligger och lirar här bak. Excuse me. Hey, what's wrong? Well, about the accident that just happened, it seems like it was deliberately caused by someone. What? But then, who's the culprit? We are investigating that now. That's why I like to know where everyone was during the rehearsal. We were here the whole time. Yes, we were keeping an eye on the studio from here. I think it would be difficult for the people here in the sub-control room to swap off the violin.
Keep gathering testimony.
Yeah, you hold up now.
Yeah?
What can I do for you? Jag kan fråga någonting där.
Yes.
Nej, det är så vi fortsätter. Karina är längst ner, sen så har vi Chattot och Max. Så på andra sidan så har vi Røde och de andra. Där har vi Keith. Do you think we'll be able to get back to filming? I'd say the odds are 50-50. I've already put in a request for a new violin. I feel bad for Karina, but she'll have to do a new one. About here, Salvi. I was in the studio ever since Karina finished her performance. I was making sure the staff knew the plan for the show, checking the footage, and so on. We were in the studio then too. I didn't see anyone leave or enter until Emilia and Keith came back. Seems like Hero and the staff here have a solid alibi. Så det är egentligen Emilia och Keith vi ska snacka med. Jag tänkte inte alls att Emilia hade lämnat.
What's up?
Are you investigating the accident? Don't overdo it. Thanks. Where were you during the rehearsal, Keith? I don't think I saw you enter until before the accident happened. Oh, I went down to a lower floor to call the assistant Pokémon as soon as we found Røde. And what happened with that? Well, it didn't show up even when the scheduled time came, so I called the office to check. Turns out I'd mixed up the dates and had scheduled it for a wrong time. So I ran back to the studio to let Hero know. So that's what all the ruckus was about. Did you run into anybody on your way back to the studio? Yeah, as I recall, I ran into Emilia. She just finished calling Max and Olga.
Now that I think about it, this person couldn't be the culprit.
Are you the one in charge of scheduling and managing the assistant Pokemon? And that's right, I'm really sorry that my mistake put you both in a dangerous spot. Yeah, next time, pay closer attention. Oh, don't worry about it, neither of us were hurt.
Hey, Tim!
Ja, det måste tänka på att det som Pikachu säger, det hör ingen, utan det är bara han och Tim som hör det. I don't think Hero and the staff in the studio could have stolen the violin. In that case, maybe we should tell Hero that what really happened. If the culprit is related to the show somehow, maybe he'll know something. Good thinking, but don't forget to tell him to keep it a secret.
What's the matter?
Are you still looking into the accident, Tim? Huh? Oh, don't mention the swapped violin until we're ready to catch the culprit. Right. Oh, I mean, yes. You mean after Karina played? I was checking the dressing rooms to call on Max and Olga. But you came back to the studio alone, didn't you? Weren't you able to find them? Oh no, not exactly. They both seemed like they were busy, so I just told them what I needed through the door. Oh, I see. And did you meet anyone else? Well, I remember I ran into Keith near the studio. Så vi två har ju snackat ihop sig precis, men de säger samma sak.
Tim, be sure you remember what people told us.
I will do, Pikachu. I went to get Max after I called Olga. I knocked on his door and told him we were ready. And he said, "Gotcha, I'll be right out," through the door. About when she met Keith. I ran into Keith on my way back to the studio. He was standing near the entrance, but he looked very depressed. He was about to go report to Hero that he had messed up the assistant Pokémon's schedule. And you came back to the studio after that, right? That's right. Varför får vi inte reda på något om Olga då? So, hey. About the culprit. The violin was swapped out, and you say there's someone here that did it? Yes. I can't imagine. No, actually, could it be that he... Do you know something? Well, this is just a rumor, but I've heard Max has a lot of debts he needs to pay back. The violin was a very valuable one, so he may have stolen it so he could sell it. It sounds like Max could have a motive to steal the violin. Faktiskt. Han kan ju faktiskt ha haft chatbot där inne. Kanske. Som härmade hans röst. Okej, men vi måste fortfarande kolla med vad Olga gjorde. För det är ingen som nämner henne. Och hon var ju typ sur för den. För henne. Hey, Mimikyu. What? Are you still upset that I got chosen to the assistant over you? Don't get too full of myself. Sure, whatever you say. More importantly, there's something we need to ask you. Do you know anything about the accident that just happened? Kiki. It was going around the dressing rooms while avoiding the staff here, so it doesn't know what's going on at the studio. Why was it doing that? Kiki. Doing a bit of self-promotion. You're definitely persistent, I'll give you that. Yeah, you. Kollar vi med Olga och dem. Helt enkelt. Mycket Pokémon. Hey! Why are they glaring at each other? Let's see what they're saying. It's time to decide whose special talents are truly better. Okay. It's saying being able to smell the difference of foods with your tongue is more amazing. It's saying making laundry super clean with ultrasonic waves is way cooler. But that's like comparing leopard berries to orange berries. Still, we can't just leave them like this. What do you think we should do? Acknowledge each other's talents, spend time apart, have a battle, or ignore each other. acknowledge each other's talents, såklart. To me, both of your talents are really impressive. Maybe you could agree that you both have some amazing skills and just make up. Anyway, you two need to make up, okay? We can come by to check on them later. Maybe something will have changed. Vad är det här, Olga? This is the cage Pirello was sleeping in. Yeah, that was a surprise. Vi kommer tillbaka till det sen. What in the world has gotten into Ekans? It's not normal the type to pick fights with other Pokemon. I wonder what set it off this time. Don't get in your way. Hey, chill out. We need no need to look so scary. Magnemite's talents are all mundane and useless. You think? I can't see my mom getting excited about super clean laundry. Yeah, faktiskt. Hey, calm down. You could shut this whole place down if you get too excited. Telling things apart by smell isn't unusual or interesting at all. Really, I can't think of any other Pokemon that smells through its tongue. The previous recording has gone over the scheduled time. Maybe the Pokemon are getting irritated. I hope they can become friends before the actual filming starts, but seeing how they are now, that may be difficult. True. Ma. Huh? What about Magnemite and Ekans? Ma. It's boring because they don't pay attention to you. It's like you're being all left out. I don't think they mean to be rude or anything, but maybe Mavile just likes to have company. True that. Ja, det var ingenting speciellt här inne. Och mina vänner, det är dessvärre slut för idag. Jag har hållit på en halvtimme som vanligt. Så ja, till nästa gång så är det egentligen att vi ska ta och gå och snacka med Olga. Men först, kolla vad Pikachu här har säga. Are you making progress on the alibi checks? Well, oh come on, you should know what to do. Is there something you haven't checked yet? Like the studio, or the sub-control room, or the dressing rooms for the performers? Vi har ju bara Olga kvar. Så vi gör som så att vi pausar här nu och så får vi checka med Olga sen, efteråt helt enkelt. I nästa avsnitt menar jag såklart. Så tills dess så får ni ha det så bra, så ses vi då. Tja!